Good morning. I learned something from my spiritual father yesterday. We are currently doing a corporate fast on spiritual alignment, and Papa has been so great in breaking this thing down for us to understand. We started with the soul, that we're on the spirit now, and the whole idea is to go from soul to spirit to body. But this is the first day on the spirit, and it feels like my head is about to explode. But here's the thing, there was so much to unpack, to learn, that I can't even begin to go in depth into what, oh my goodness, I learned from this teaching. But the one thing that stood out to me that Papa kind of made it click for me in my head, everything that we see right now, everything already happened spiritually. Like everything that we see, that we walk in right now, already happened before the foundations of the world. It gave me new meaning to scriptures like God ordained all things. He knows the end from the beginning. There is nothing new under the sun. For those he foreknew, he already predestined. Everything already happened spiritually. Now, the scripture, the verse that tied it in for me was Revelation 13:8. And it reads, all who dwell on the earth will worship him, whose names have not been written in the book of life, of the Lamb slain from the foundations of the earth. Even the crucifixion already happened from the foundations of the world. It happened before everything that we see now. And I find myself sitting and meditating on this realization, and me or the Spirit literally explaining it to me in this way. This is how I imagine it. God is sitting in his divine awesomeness. And because everything already happened in the spiritual, he is now strategically placing everything and everybody in time in the physical for certain purposes to do this. For example, this is how I pictured it. God going, okay, I'm going to put Elijah here to do this, this, and that. Solomon goes here to do this. And when it came to Jesus, God says, I will go down in bodily form and die so that my children can be reconciled to me. And he places himself in time to do that. He places Peter in time to do so, so, and so. He places Judas even, because scripture says Judas was born for the things that he did. He places Judas in time. He places Paul in time to do what he did. He places Papa in time. He places Abby in time to do this, this, and that. So my question now is, or where my thought process or my meditation went to was, if everything has happened and God is strategically in his divine awesomeness that we will never be able to fully understand, is placing everybody in a specific time, why did he place you in this time? He could have placed you in 1752. He could have placed you in the 1600s. He could have placed you in 2059, but he placed you in this time, in the physical. And the question is, why are you walking in the purpose for God that God placed you in this time for? Everybody that had mentioned, everybody had a purpose. God had a purpose for placing them in the time that they were placed. So my question now is, are you walking in the purpose for which God has placed you in this time for? That's something to think and pray about. And my meditation, I came to the conclusion with the prayer we also prayed yesterday after the teaching, that we are able to commune with God, be intimate with God. Because I personally believe that knowing God, being intimate with God, is how we can know all things, all the things that we ought to know. Because he already knows everything that happened. He is the one that is placing everything in time. So who's the best person to get that information from? The one who put everything in time. So actually knowing God and being intimate with him is the way that we can actually know what we ought to do in the time that he has placed us in. So today, take some time, meditate on these things, pray, ask for God to draw you nearer to him, ask to be intimate with him, ask to be in communion with him so you can know these things by the Spirit of God. I urge you to do so today. It'll change your life. I can promise you that. So, let's do that today. Have a blessed morning, guys. I'll see you some other time.